Hello everyone, IndieVoice here with day 2 of the Review-A-Thon. Welcome back. Today we're going over several recently released games and one fully released. We're starting off with today's first game, Solar Ashe. Now this game was created and developed by the same company who created Hyper Light Drifter. If you don't remember that game, it was one of the very memorable games of indie games of 2016. Set amidst a surreal dreamscape filled with long abandoned ruins of great civilizations past, you play as Ray, a Voidrunner determined to stop at nothing to save her planet from a falling prey to the Ultravoid's path of eternal hunger. Fight through mobs of grotesque creatures, grind rails with sheer delight, grapple to wild heights, take down enormous bosses, surf the ashen clouds of the shattered and ancient world swallowed by the void. The answer to these questions and more awaits you in the Ultravoid. In my experience of playing Solar Ashe, this version of the game is actually from the Epic Games Store. The Steam release of Solar Ashe will be available on December 8th. My experience with Solar Ashe has been very enjoyable, seeing the fantastic surreal environments throughout the game, seeing all the big bosses look like eldritch creatures from Dark Souls and other games. Sometimes you must be patient with taking down big boss enemies by hitting their weak points instead of rushing to defeat them, because they have different ways on making the challenges 12 times harder than they should be. Other times I take the time to venture around the area, listen to audio logs, and collect new parts for suits that you gain throughout the entire level of each one you go to. What I like: smooth movement across the clouded ground, eye-candy environments, boss fights are very epic, interesting storyline, excellent voice acting, and music for the environment. What I didn't like: collecting the suit parts was a bit upsetting. It was actually a little bit of a downer for each and every one of these. Some of these are actually good than the others, but most of them seem to not be as fun as I hoped. Sometimes trying to get yourself to stop at a particular area or platform is a bit tricky because you tend to randomly slip off, like you're just floating above and falling off randomly. The pros and cons for Solar Ashe: pros, amazing environments, great story, unique character design, great gameplay, voice acting, and music are also good. Cons: at random times, random slides off platforms. The verdict I can give for Solar Ashe: a fun game with a fantastic dreamlike environments, smooth and straightforward movements, a great storyline. Heart Machine developers did a great job in creating this game. I can't wait for their future games, and actually, to point that out, their next game that they are creating is called Hyper Light Breaker, so keep an eye out for that. Solar Ashe gets a score of do recommend. Thank you for watching part 1 of day 2 of the Review-A-Thon.